Okay guys, so we want to look at the multi-level header problem. Go to the data menu. We want to get data from file from Excel workbook, and we're going to connect to the desktop to that advanced Excel folder. So desktop, we're going to go to advanced Excel, and we're going to go to the Power Query option, and we'll see the fixing multi-row header as 10, and we're going to open up the file here. To fix multi-row headers, the first step will be to review the sheet. We're going to highlight detail sheet transform data. When the file comes up in Power Query, the first thing we need to do is transpose the headers. Alright, so what was rows will now become columns. In the transform menu, we're going to click on transpose, and then from here we need to join the first two columns here. Power Query usually performs actions on columns. So we select the two columns, right click, and we're going to say merge columns. We probably will have to use a space between the year and the descriptor here. So the separator, we're going to say space, and we can leave the name as merged. So now we have one column with the headers. We could transpose back again. So transform menu, transpose. And now we have the header in row 1. We could click on the spreadsheet icon here and say use first row as headers. So that should promote the headers to the top of the sheet. Alright, so the data looks clean more or less. However, we have a column with nulls. If we look at this last row of column of numbers, so we're going to select all the numbers, and we're going to do a replace value step. So you're going to hold down shift and click on the last numeric column. Now I'll select all the numbers, right click on the header for one of them, and we're going to say replace values. We want to replace null with 0. Once we do that, we could now unpivot the data. So we're going to select employee name, shift click on job position, right click on the header here. We're going to say unpivot the other columns, and now we need to split out the year from the month here. We're going to highlight the attribute column, right click on that column, and we need to say split column by delimiter. Delimiter would be space, and we want to use the leftmost delimiter. So if we click OK, that should give us the year as a column here. We could double click on that, type year as the header. And then what we need to do is probably apply the row descriptors here, and we want to get those as separate columns. So one column for basic salary values, one column for allowance values, etc. To do that, we highlight the attribute.to column, and we go to the transform menu. There's an option here called pivot column. Right? It will ask us what would be the values column we're going to use. We're going to use value, which is this value here. So if we click OK, that should be sufficient to get a separate column for each category that we had there. The only thing we need to do is remove the null rows for employee name here, and that should give us the fixed up data. So that is how we create a singular row of headers in the data.